in a very rapid and quick AI world. My name is Nehad Leithy, and I work as a school principal, and I'm a passionate educator with a quality management background, and an educational consultant as well. You have the chat box if you would like to send any questions during the session. And by the end of our workshop, I'll be having discussion with حضراتكم, and you are free to share any questions. Before we start, I'd love to share with حضراتكم our current context in education. Is the PowerPoint shared now? Miss Mariam?
Still?
Is the PowerPoint shared?
No, still I'm seeing your camera.
Okay. Let me give it another trial. Okay. I think it's shared right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today's educational context is working with very, very rapid AI development pace. Each and every day we have something new and we need to follow in order to keep on track. We do have new curricula every now and then in order to cope with the changes happening globally. New instructional techniques that need to be studied and followed in order to guarantee efficacy, assessments, data analysis, and another targets with improvement plans. The most critical thing about education is that education is a social interaction. It is about relationships and how we can reach the other. In the heart of the social interaction lies the teacher. Without a teacher, we cannot reach the other or the receivers of the content. And literally, teachers are those who teach from the heart. It's not about communicating the content. It's literally about the changes this content will make in the child's heart, character, and soul. These are some newspapers' headlines talking about the heart of education, which is the teacher. These headlines do not announce any positive performances or any positive results. It raises a red flag about a very high turnover rate in the teaching field. Why do we think this rate is that high? Why are teachers...
دكتور نهاد سوري
Yes.
ممكن تعمل سلايد شو يعني انت عايزه يعني يبين جزء من الشاشه.
Yes. طب ممكن حضرتك تعمليها؟
من عندي لا مش ممكن بس العلامه
أنا
اللي
عندي هو is not giving me this option.
هي واضح الكلام بس يعني انه باين الشاشه وباين السلايدز الباقيه على الجنب.
طب كده is working؟
لسه هي من الايكونز اللي تحت جنبي نوتس وكوميك كومنتس ودي اللي جنبها دي الشمال شويه شمال شمال الشاشه هنا. لا مش دي بس مش مشكله هي باينه يعني.
we are presenting. هي المشكله دلوقتي ان انا الشاشه بتاعتي انا اللي مش باينه، كلها برزنتيشن بس. مش
هي
باينه.
في اللاين اللي تحت، في الخط اللي تحت ده بنوتس وكومنتس، انتي جنبها كده امشي عليهم. في حاجة فيها 4 مربعات وحاجة جنبها ايكون جنبها كده. المكان ده في نفس اللاين اللي عندك ده. هي مش هتفرق، بس هي الفكرة هتبقى الشاشة أوضح. ممكن نسألهم لو هم كلهم كده تمام، مفيش مشكلة. تمام.
طيب بصي، انت شايفه السكرين بتاعتي دلوقتي صح؟
شايفاها، بس السلايد الباوربوينت سلايد في كلمات مش واضحة عندي يعني لو عملتي فيو ليها كلها هتبقى أوضح، بس هي باينة.
طيب خلاص، طالما باينه خلينا زي ما احنا، عشان
خلاص
انا
تمام.
مش متاكده. يعني انا مش،
تمام
يعني ما فيش اي مسج عندي كلير ان انا اعملها بصراحه.
تمام
نحط
ماشي.
كده الدنيا
تمام
كويسه. طيب
حاضر. تمام.
طيب back to our presentation. Let's check كده why are. تمام كده، تمام كده يا مريم. الو.
ايوه، هي زي ما هي باينه، بس اوقات يعني اللاينز اللي
طيب
تحت او
مريم، ايه؟
ايوه ايوه، في اللاين اللي تحت خالص من الشاشه عندك على اللابتوب، ال الاورنج لاين اللي تحت ده خالص، انت عندك المؤشر جنبه، السهم اللي جنبه ده انت حركتيه دلوقتي.
ما هو فيش الاي اي ده.
ممكن تغيري الزوم. مش في علامه ناقص وزايد عندك هنا تحت خالص،
لا
تحت
ما
في
فيش.
الشاشة عندك، في الشاشة
في
تحت عندك في خط لون أورنج برتقالي تحت خالص، في علامة زايد على اليمين وناقص على الشمال، وخط كده طويل على اليمين. هي معروضة عندي على اليمين كده
انت
معايا.
شايفاها؟ انت
شايفاهم،
شايفاها؟
بس أنا ما أعرفش أتحكم فيهم. أيوة، أنا شايفة المؤشر بتاعك. طيب المؤشر كده وديه على
اهو
اليمين. شايفة
you are
امشي يمين.
presenting. هو بس بيقول you are presenting, that's it.
لا، حركيه يمين. أيوة، انزلي تحت وامشي يمين أكتر. يمين. ايوه يمين اكتر. هو انا عندي في نص الشاشه الايد او السهم المؤشر بتاعك في نص الشاشه.
طب ده
يمين حركيه. ايوه اكتر شويه. رجعت تاني.
طيب بصي كده، لو انا if I move to another slide كده
اوكي.
كده is it getting better؟
طيب انا هقولك باين عندي ايه. باين عندي الكلام كله اللي في سلايد، بس ال العنوان بتاع السلايد مش باين عندي. يعني مثلا
طيب
teacher report the highest level of كذا، اللي فوق ده مش باين، اللي هو العنوان اللي فوق
كده باين؟
المعمول بالأحمر ده. لا كده
كده
لسه مش
باين؟
باين. لا
كده مش باين؟
لا
كده مش
باين
باين؟
عندي. لا مش باين. باين عند أيوة. ضغطي الشمال التانية اللي جنبها، اللي العكس دي، عكس الاتجاه ده. أيوة دي.
اللي هي النورمال.
ضغطي على دي.
كده ظبط عندك؟
لسه شوية بس بيكمل. لا. طيب في ايكون ايوه اللي انت حاسه حاطه عليها دي.
كده
كده كويس، كده كويس. كده كده باين عندي كله.
كده كلير.
ايوه كده واضح عندي.
اكمل انا بقى.
ممكن.
أكمل كده.
كده واضح تمام.
طيب back again to the positive stress results. Some other survey results that we usually use in order to reform our policies and revise our practices at schools is that teachers report the highest level of occupational stress. Not only in Egypt, it's in very, very, very big countries where they take very good care of their teachers and their well-being. They do have their own plans related to the well-being and inclusiveness of teachers. The latest survey from the National Union of Teachers in the UK reported 81% result of teachers getting depression and anxiety and stressed over their academic year. Okay. Before I go through my agenda today, we would like to agree that this session is not presenting any kind of a hero story. It's about a decision a leader or a teacher can take in order to keep track with the very stressful input in the educational field, in the day-to-day operation at school. It's just some practices, some exercises or experiences we are going to share together. And it's all about your decision to change how we plan for our improvement, how we plan for our progress, or keep the same track, starting the plan, do, check, act cycle with our new improvement goals, inshallah. Okay, our agenda for today will be discussing the symptoms of teacher stress and the causes of the stress. We will be sharing some burnout blockers or coping strategies, and by the end, a well-being toolkit, some successful proved practices for teacher inclusiveness and well-being, and we'll have a discussion by the end of our session. Some symptoms of stress. At school, we can find a teacher feeling too drained, sad, coming to school late. His or her absence rate is too high. He's not able to cope with the children, the curriculum, the supervision, the administrative work, looks sleepy most of the time, and sometimes complaining of high blood pressure or any physical pains. Do you think that this could be symptoms, real symptoms for job burnout? There is a poll here. You can click this link and answer these questions in order to check your job burnout level, if you are in a burnout level or not. These questions might get or shed the light on some challenges you are facing on daily basis, and you do not know the exact challenge you are facing. These questions question the value of your work in your life. If you go to your job very active, happy, and eager to start your school day, or you drag yourself to work, if you feel included or you feel removed from your work society, if you are too patient to deal with different challenges, different situations, different people, demands, or you lose patience with your co-workers, students, and parents, if you have enough energy to do, if it is hard to focus on your work or you are very well focused, if you are satisfied with the work done or not, if you feel proud, appreciated, or you feel let down by your job, if you have enough self-confidence and self-esteem about your skills and your abilities, or you doubt your skills over your workday, if you are using any food or drugs, or you have um, changed your sleeping habits, if you struggle with headaches or any physical pain. طيب. These are the symptoms, and this is the check of the burnout. Let's go now to see why do you think teachers face stress on their daily work. I can see that we are 20 participants. I'll be opening 5 breakout rooms, where we can talk together and share experience. And I will allow one from each and every room to share the ideas of the reasons that they see are main reasons for a high stressed teacher, or why do they get a burnout. Let me open here the breakout rooms. It's not working. Mariam, can you help me if we are distributed
Hello,
now? Oh, yes.
I'm Miss
Yes.
Ryan from EduVation team. Yeah.
Yes, people can speak to each other now, or do I need to open their mics?
No, I can hear
Do
you.
I need to open their mics
You need what?
to open participants' mics,
Okay.
or they together?
Do you
So they can.
want to asking them? You need open discussion. Wait a minute. المايكس بتاعتهم مفتوحة، ممكن لو في أسئلة أو نقاش يعني.
Open.
ايوه هما معاكي في raising hand يارا ناصر. هي شكل عندها سؤال.
Okay.
اتفضلي يارا.
I just wanted to share a reason,
Okay.
but I couldn't
Please
write it.
do.
I think being overworked and underpaid sometimes because of work pressure is like very extremely mental issues. Like you feel so depressed. Sometimes you feel like I have a lot to do today. Sometimes it's related to class management if the teacher is not professional enough to know how to handle students.
Excellent.
That's it. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you, dear.
ماريا عطية اتفضلي.
From my own perspective, I think that because of deadlines, we have too many stuff to be done in a short period of time. Planning, marking, whatever. يعني even admin work, it takes too much time from our work. And on the other hand, we have to be dedicated to our kids and support our students in the classroom.
Yes. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Maria and Yara. And also we have Dr. Niveen Mustafa.
Yes,
Niveen.
thank you for inviting me. My main problem as a young learner teachers is the interference of mothers. I think that the mothers have some problems from their childhood. They have inner problems, and they try to reflect on their children. They are overprotecting for their children. They think that. I'm teaching for them, by the way. If I give a homework for the kid, the mother is trying to deal with it as if it is her own homework. If I'm asking for a research in a completely different technique from our techniques which we used to learn through, I find the mother come to say, I don't understand. While when I'm asking the kid himself, he says, yes, I know what I'm going to do. So the mothers are trying to put themselves on, and it's not just a matter of putting themselves on the shoes of their kids, but they are taking everything personal, as if they want to relive their childhood with their kids. This is one of the biggest problem which I face. It overcrowded my mind. It pressured me so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Niveen. Highly appreciated.
Is Salma.
I would like to add my voice to Dr. Naveen. When it's teaching students, it's fine. We've learned that we've been taught how to deal with students, but when you have two audience, it's harder. So worrying about the parents itself is a huge burden, especially with how they can communicate with us nowadays. There are lots of groups, parents groups, administration groups, lots of groups and you're somehow asked to reply to all these people. You're always accessible to students and their parents. I feel like this is putting lots of pressure on the teachers nowadays.
Yes, I highly agree with you. Thank you so much. They're putting themselves in a supervision process.
Exactly.
While our students are educated in class, we do not reach parents to give them the instructions and the objectives that we need to reach.
في حد تاني حابب يشارك ولا نواصل في البرزنتيشن بتاعنا؟ تمام دكتورة نهاد، أعتقد ممكن نواصل كده إن شاء الله.
Okay, they're back from the breakout rooms. Are they back or not yet?
Starting to doing break rooms. نبدأ نعمل البريك رومز. نبدأ نعمل البريك رومز يعني أقسمهم.
Yes, I think هم خلاص اتقسموا. هم they're talking together right now. It shows me هم they're together right now.
أنا ممكن أقسمهم دلوقتي.
معلش
أنا
دكتور
عايزة
نهاد، هو اسمحي لي
كده.
بالمقاطعه.
Yes, please.
احنا ما تقسمناش. احنا دكتور نهاد، مع حضرتك سامعاني؟
Yes,
احنا ما
يا فندم.
تقسمناش، احنا عملنا اوبن ديسكشن مع حضرتك از جروب. فالاكتيفيتي
Okay.
اعتقد ان هو اتغطى. لو كنت حضرتك مقسماها عشان نتكلم مع بعض، لا احنا اتكلمنا معاكي دايركت.
طيب خلاص خلينا مس مريم ممكن حضرتك تقسميهم؟
تمام ماشي، أقسمهم دلوقتي.
اوكي
تمام. طيب احنا عندنا 22، أعمل 4 groups.
Yes.
I will give them 10 minutes or less.
لا 7 is enough.
Okay. معلش دكتورة، بس بقسم فيهم، معلش دقايق بس.
اتفضلي.
تمام كده، كل واحد لقى نفسه في جروب A B C.
excellent.
يا شباب والدكاترة اللي معانا والأساتذة، لو سمحتوا ممكن بس تشيك كل واحد عنده جروب عشان تقدروا تعملوا ديسكشن مع بعض.
السلام عليكم يا جماعة.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
أنا معاكم نيفين، مدرسة في مدارس النشر الحكومية. هو التاسك المطلوب مننا ايه بالظبط؟ حد عارف؟
حضرتك دلوقتي المفروض في جروب يا دكتور نيفين.
مفروض
طيب حضرتك المفروض دلوقتي تتعرفي عليهم وتشare together from your experience what are the main reasons that cause teacher stress.
اوكي سوري.
اوكي.
مساء الخير، أنا مش عارفة إيه الجروب بتاعتي. أوكي أورينج سيشن كده. أنا جوه بريك أوت روم، أنا اتحطيت جوه بريك أوت روم ولا أنا بره؟ قولولي كده. تهيألي إحنا في بريك أوت. ازيكم؟ ألو، انتوا سامعيني؟ أوكي.
السلام عليكم، أنا لسه داخل دلوقتي. هل بتعملوا أكتيفيتي معينة؟ هل هقدر أشارك ولا أطلع خلاص كده فاتني كتير؟
أنا عندي نفس سؤالك يا أحمد، أنا عندي نفس سؤالك، وأنت سامعني؟
أنا سامع حضرتك.
طب الحمد لله، أنا دخلت برضو بسأل بس مفيش حد بيرد عليا، فخليك واضح إن إحنا هنعمل حاجة مع بعض. أوكي. هما I think they're discussing
تمام.
الأسباب اللي بتعمل stress للتيتشرز، يعني على ما فهمت.
تمام.
ازيكم نسرين، ملك، أماني، غادة، ازيكم يا جماعة؟
هما خلصوا ولا إيه؟ مش عارف.
مش عارفة، لا احنا لسه داخلين دلوقتي. طب يلا تعالى أنا
أنا
وأنت
حاسس
يا أحمد.
أنا حاسس
اتفضل.
أنا حاسس إن الستراكشر نفسها يعني خرجت، صح؟
مش عارفة، لا احنا اتحطينا في بريك اوت رومز، يعني هم قسمونا على جروبس، كل جروب هتناقش مع بعض وبعدين هيرجعونا تاني.
فإحنا في
ماشي.
جروب دلوقتي ومعناش حد. صح
ومعناش
كده؟
حد. بالظبط كده. احنا المفروض نناقش شوية حاجات وبعدين هيرجعونا تاني.
طب
استنى بقى،
بنعمل
ده في
إيه؟ مش عارف، أنا لسه داخل حالا فأنا ما أعرفش كان إيه الموضوع أصلا.
زيك والله يا اخويا. بص هقول لك، يعني هو كان التوبيك عن الحاجات اللي بتستريس اوت التيتشرز، وكان في كده اعراض البيرن اوت، ازاي تحس ان انت خلاص خلصت يعني. اوكي. فالدكتور حطيتنا في بريك اوت رومز عشان نناقش مع بعض الحاجات اللي بتسبب الاستريس للتيتشرز، يعني جت في وقتها طبعا بعد يوم دراسي طويل قوي. فقول لي
أنا مش
وبعدين هقول
تيتشر.
لك، يعني قول لي ايه رايك يا
مش
حبيبي.
تيتشر دلوقتي، أعمل إيه بقى؟
ايه؟
أنا أصلا مش تيتشر، أعمل
اهلا ازيك يا فعلا، عايزين نتعرف على بعض.
اصلا
ايه؟
احنا اصلا يعني انا يعني بشتغل في شركه سوفت وير بنقدم سولوشنز للتعليم، فاهمه؟ فدخلت السيشن بس اشوف الدنيا فيها ايه. فجاه لقيت بقى الحاجات اللي دي، فانا مش فاهم دلوقتي المفروض اعمل إيه. امشي طيب ولا
خليك والله.
حضرتك مدرسه فين؟
انا مدرسه في مدرسه اسمها بدايه.
بدايه، تمام تمام.
اه
طيب، طب قولي لي بقى، يعني
يعني
لما تقعدي
بنقف.
تتكلمي لوحدك قولي لي ايه الحاجات اللي تخلي التيشر ستريس، قولي وانا هسمعك والله.
احنا بنشتغل تكنيكال سبورت، يعني تكنيكال سبورت.
انا بصي، انا بشتغل في الماركتنج في شركه سوفت وير، بنعمل سوفت وير سولوشنز كتير طبعا، من ضمنها الحاجات اللي ليها علاقه بالإديوكيشن. يعني انت عارفه ابلكيشن زي جيل مثلا، عارفه جيل ابلكيشن بتاع الاطفال؟
لا لا،
جيل
جيل.
ابلكيشن اسمه جيل، جيل.
ايه جيل ده؟ حلو قوي.
هو ده
الاسم حلو
ابلكيشن
قوي.
هو ابلكيشن بيعلم، يعني بيعلم الاطفال بعض القيم والحاجات عن طريق بقى اغاني
امم
و... وكرتونز وحاجات كده، قصص وحاجات كده، وبيعملوا اكتيفيتيز بقى، هم بيلعبوا، هم بيعملوا، بيتعلموا حاجات معينه. ده احنا اللي
الله.
عاملينه. لو عملت سيرش عليه على
امم
بلاي ستور هتلاقيه احنا اللي عاملينه.
ده ويب سايت يعني ولا ابلكيشن؟
ابلكيشن، موبايل ابلكيشن.
امم حلو قوي.
جميل. اه وفي في ابلكيشن بقى احنا عاملين، مثلا ابلكيشن اسمه الروضه، روضتي، ده مع الحكومه السعوديه.
امم
آه، بس وعاملين كذا حاجه يعني في مجال التعليم، وعاملين، لو تعرفي اي سكول اللي بيعلموا البرمجه، عاملين بروجكت معاهم برضو.
مدرسه اسمها ايه؟
لا مش مدرسه، حاجه اسمها اي سكول. اي سكول دول بي كورس، مكان بتاع كورسات برمجه. اي سكول.
واو، للاطفال الصغيرين.
اه الاطفال.
دي حاجه حلوه. دي هنا في مصر يعني ولا
اه
اونلاين للناس كلها؟
لا لا، هم في مصر وبيعملوا اونلاين بقى لكل العالم، يعني عادي، مش شرط مصر بس.
دي حاجه حلوه قوي. طب سؤالي يا احمد، ليه اخترت ان انت تحضر التيتشر ويلنس او الويل
انا
بينج؟
بصراحه انا بحضر، بصي انا بحضر عشوائي شويه حاجات، على اساس ان
امم
انا اشوف لو في مثلا اقدر اقابل حد، يبقى في اوبورتونيتي للشغل مع بعض، حاجه زي كده. فاهم قصدي؟
امم
بس.
فهمت. دي حاجه حلوه قوي.
مم.
ربنا يوفقك. طب يلا بقى
الله
نفكر في
يكرمك يا رب.
الحاجات اللي بتعمل ستريس. يعني انت قولي في شغلك ايه اللي بيخليك تحس انك ستريسد؟
مديري بيعصبني صراحه. هو هيكون معانا في الروم بس.
احمد ثانيه واحده، هقفل الصوت وارجع على طول.
الو الو
الو.
The good thing is you get lots of games and lots of things from only one.
دكتور أنا مش سامعة أي صوت. ألو؟ ألو؟ ألو؟
دكتورة نهاد حضرتك معانا؟ دكتورة نهاد
هي خرجت مش هنا.
معلش بس
اهو احنا
انا
خلاص رجعنا منهم كلنا.
انا وقفت معانا دكتورة نهاد اهي. احنا وقفنا الروم عشان الزمن بتاع المحاضرة الكلي، هي المفروض كان تاخد 7 دقايق بس، فنشوف دكتورة نهاد رأيها ايه.
Okay, can you hear me right now?
ايوه دكتورة. يس احنا وقفنا البريك روم، هم عملوا ديسكشن مع بعض، بس
أنا
كان في
دلوقتي
مشكلة، كان
مش
بيبقوا 4 بقوا 2 معلش،
Okay.
فاحنا رجعنا للمين روم دلوقتي.
Okay, can you hear me?
يس
Can you hear me, everyone?
Yes, we can.
Let me recap what I heard for different كده breakout rooms. We do suffer from the class sizes, number of students, the responsibility for each and every student, not only the responsibility of the content in the curriculum and the planning, correction, assessment, the well-being بتاعه, his mood, to what extent he has absorbed or grasped the objectives that are shared. We do have other challenges related to the behavior, some normal cases or some abnormal cases, with some just suffering from family issues what I have to deal with at school. We are also suffering from challenging authority لأنه في heads of departments وفي principal وفي audits every now and then I'm facing a new challenge with a new person. There are bullying cases that can destroy our class. Literally reactive management strategies. يعني management team is not taking proactive actions. يعني if I have مثلا as I heard in one of the breakout rooms, if I have an issue with one of the parents, the management starts to react without proactive rules or borders to management to parents interference. we do have very aggressive behavior. We receive aggressive behavior from pupils and parents. Besides, assessments put us under huge pressure, especially with the culture of A-star students. Sometimes we have conflict with other colleagues or with one of the management teams. The curriculum is renewed each year. I'm teaching new curriculum and new updates on the same curriculum. Learning new skills, as mentioned in one of the breakout rooms, especially by integrating the AI and integrating technology, where you spend a lot of time in preparation, while implementation inside the class, you might face internet problems or whatsoever that stops your plan and gets you back to plan B. This all gets on ourselves. Not each and every teacher believes in what he's doing and believes in his qualities. Perceptions about teachers. A teacher in our society is not properly or well respected. I think this is one of the major issues, consequences related to pupils and parents' behavior that are too challenging to a teacher. A lack of professional development opportunities for the teachers in order to get new techniques needed, beside a limited income. It sometimes does not allow a teacher to go and get a proper professional development opportunity. Besides, lack of involvement in the decision-making process. We receive the decisions, we are not part of it. Sometimes our voice is not heard by the decision makers by any means. طيب, coming دول are for school leaders or education leaders in general. These are typical teachers' words. Teachers say that they do not have a say on how they are doing their job, such as the schedules. Teachers need to have a say on their schedules if they prefer to have early classes or late classes or midday classes, their assignments, their workload. They are not having even a say on the resources they are using in their teaching. Teachers lack the clarity of objectives from the management team. They do not know exactly what is expected from them. They are assigned the work, then sit for like an evaluation without setting clear objectives to be achieved or clear rules to be discussed later. Teachers have a conflict sometimes with other teachers because borders are not well set and job descriptions are not clearly written and communicated to each and everyone. Or some other times teachers are having conflicts with their manager or their direct head or direct supervisor. Besides, the workload might be too much to the extent that the teacher cannot cope, or might be too little that it gets the teacher too bored at school. Lack of support and feeling lonely, dealing with all the workload and with all the tasks and assignments without any kind of guidance, although it is proved by research that student teachers who receive high guidance or very close guidance demonstrate less stress levels. Problems with work-life balance. We work in school, at home, over the weekends, over the vacations in order to submit the work needed and meet all our students' needs, either in planning, either in preparing assessments, either in correction, either in analyzing the data of assessment, either in setting new goals and support classes for the students. This is the most dangerous area for any leader. Please, when you ignore and exclude all your team from the decision-making process, and when you give responsibilities or take responsibilities from your team without their consultation or their input, this is a totally dangerous area for حضرتك as a leader. Thus, it's not a choice. Now we have to adapt. We have to work successfully and happily. يعني هو as mentioned برضه في one of the breakout rooms قال لي خلاص هو teaching profession is very stressful, this is a part of the profession, فاحنا we have to deal with it. احنا مش هنقعد نتفرج على الستريس ده، احنا we are going to take all the tools that will allow us to deal with this kind of stress. It's a continuous adaptation story that we have to go through. For leaders, again, we have a review process each and every quarter or each and every trimester. First of all, we need to put teacher growth-driven culture, same priority like student-centered learning. يعني we've been talking for years about student-centered learning. But what about teacher growth-driven? We have to have a teacher growth-driven culture in order to be able to meet the teacher's need. And without meeting a teacher's need, no student-centered successful work will be done. طيب هنعمل ايه؟ Either بقى احنا we are leaders or we are teachers. There are burnout blockers. احنا خلاص we know the reasons. عملنا فيش بون. We know the causes and we know the consequences. But the happy side of the story is that there are burnout blockers. Researchers prove them. With real life experience for some case studies prove that they work super fun. خليني أبدأ بالfirst burnout blocker. Look for your options. If you have a challenge, very clear challenge, and you can identify it, and you can identify the consequences, please go and talk to your manager. Even if you are sure that you are not reaching a point, just give it a try. Never lose hope by trying to convince the management with your point, or by trying to communicate what's happening down to earth with حضرتك inside the classroom and the students. Ask realistic goals. Ask for realistic goals where it's not necessary to reach the sky. يعني maybe some very small steps can reach you where you want to be. Is one option that you need to consider to communicate with your manager. The second one is related to a social and emotional support. You need to network always, either inside network or outside network. You need to find this person or this group of people where you can release the energy and talk about the problems and get their sincere input. You need to make sure that these people are professional enough to give you professional advices and are honest enough, and they do have the experience to understand the challenges you are going through. A human being is a social creature. Do not underestimate the impact of releasing, sharing a load or sharing the challenge with someone around. There are some relaxing activities that really matter in a teacher life. One of the breakout rooms can be only if you go to a mall and you can identify who is the teacher in this mall. The teacher is كده someone with very clear characteristics. Yes, I can identify. فمش ينفع to be a teacher without having relaxing activity in your life. Regardless بقى, you can choose the relaxing activity that matches best with you. Either meditation, either yoga. By the way, this is happening right now on a mobile app. You can meditate through a mobile app on daily basis for 15 minutes. Some people can relax by drawing, others can write. It's proved, and if you write all what stresses out you, on a piece of paper, then you throw this paper or cut this paper and throw it away, it releases a lot of stress in your throughout your day. Something as simple as taking deep breath. في كده breath exercises that you can do in order to release the tense that you are taking over the day. Don't underestimate or never underestimate having a habit of a relaxing activity. It's up to you to have just one activity or many activities together. Self-care. Self-care is not only about a relaxing activity. Self-care is a whole self-care actions. It starts with having good nutrition, having a good sleep, having proper habit activities that you really like, having friends that you release with them, watching a movie, getting a drink, regardless. Check what you like. It could be a piece of chocolate and a cup of coffee. Take care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself because nobody else will do. You need to understand that you are working under a huge stress circumstances, that it is a stressful job and you chose to be in this job. So accordingly, you are taking care of yourself, because when you take care of yourself, you will be able to fully meet the stress challenge you are having on a daily basis. The emotional intelligence, these are some strategies that gets you deal with the challenging behavior inside the classroom smartly or intelligently. Sometimes situations are not answered by right or wrong answers or by black or white sides. It needs a gray area. It needs empathy. It needs a tap on the shoulder. It needs only good listening. It needs only a message that I am here and I can feel you. And this is the solution of the problem, because we can never change this problem or we cannot control it. So accordingly, a tap on the shoulder and a good listening ears can add a lot to the situation. Practice mindfulness. I'd love ان انا to يعني clarify كده the word mindfulness دي. هي mindfulness means that I, as a person, I do understand my feelings. يعني how I feel ليها في كده wheel of feelings, whether I'm angry, whether I'm sad, whether I'm overwhelmed, whether I'm depressed. وكل feeling has a way to deal with. Allow your feelings to take place. يعني if you feel sad, feel sad. يعني give the feelings to take place، تاخد مساحتها جواك عشان to be released، لأن هي it won't be released unless it takes a proper space in your life. بس مش هنفضل في السبيس دي for long time. احنا هنgive it time in order to overcome it. كل حد بيريليس الفيلينج in a way وبي overcome الفيلينج in another way. But it's too important for حضرتك to understand your feeling و understand how you release this kind of feeling. It takes time, it takes advice, it takes some reading or listening to psychology sessions or to counselors or to coaches, but it is easy to happen. يعني I tried this before, it's working super fine. There are dozens of free material, either YouTube videos or over Coursera or Udemy, في free tools for mindfulness و how to deal with specific feeling. One of the tips that I heard in one of the counseling sessions كانت very very useful و I'd love ان انا to share it with حضراتكم، انه our mind is like كده this hand. You have these 4 fingers and you have the thumb here. This thumb is part in the mind is called amygdala. This amygdala is the part in our mind that is responsible to either flight or freeze or fight when we face any kind of fear or any kind of insecurity. With these fingers that are on the top of our mind are the ones responsible for the reasoning and critical thinking. When we face any kind of fear or insecurity, the mind acts this way, in this position. Only the amygdala is the part acting. So it's either you will fight or flight, leave the situation and escape from it, or freeze, stand in your place doing nothing and helpless. If you understand that under specific situations, you are losing your reasoning, you will understand that you need to go and release in order to get back your reasoning, accordingly act properly. The issue of mindfulness is a deep issue that is too important for each and every teacher to have and bear in mind, work on it, because it literally opens unlocked doors. Once you understand your feeling, once you understand how to deal with the feeling and how to overcome it, you will be the leader of your own life and your own students. The next tip is regarding, let me go again, the next tip, or the next blocker is regarding, I think I missed one slide. No. Is talking to school leaders. School leaders have the responsibility of making small groups and group therapies or even one-on-one meetings for their staff members in order to deal with stress situations. We cannot leave our teachers alone facing the stress. Accordingly, they decide to leave to another place where they are going to face another kind of stress, where leave this place to another place, and so on and so forth. The solution is not leaving the place always. The solution is not solving the cause of the stress always, and sometimes we will not be able to solve the cause. But the solution is how to deal with this kind of stress peacefully, how to befriend this kind of stress and work with it peacefully. Yes, we are strong enough and we can do it under one certain circumstance or under one certain condition, is understanding the stress, understanding the feeling, and knowing how to deal with this feeling. We need urgently, it's a top priority, it's a high need, it's a high call for action to give all our teachers effective communication strategies and conflict resolution, because it is a process and it is a technique. It doesn't come haphazardly. These two techniques, when you are an effective communicator and when you can deal with conflict professionally, this helps a lot with your stress cycle. We need to do well-being assessments. And well-being assessments دلوقتي بتتعمل over the globe years ago. It's not down to earth inside our schools. خلاص, it's not a luxury anymore. We need to assess our teachers' needs, مش needs, emotional needs, well-being needs, to give them very clear, precise, concise tips on their self-care, how to take care of themselves, how to be a mindful person, how to get positivity to the negative situations. We can have wellness rooms inside the school. We can ask counselors to set specific time slots for teachers to help them overcome the challenges. طبعا, giving all the privacy to the counseling session happening inside the work space. طيب خلاص, this is يعني we are calling school leaders to put in their strategic plan as we put the curriculum and the instruction and assessment and improvement plan, top priority, student-centered activities. To put the top priority above these all is the teacher, and the one who will be doing this will be the teacher. فاحنا we cannot achieve it without having a strong teacher. مش هقول ان هو is a stress-free teacher, بس I'd say that a teacher who is able to deal with the stress coming out of the profession. طيب, these are like some tools for any teacher or for any school leader to deal with the day-to-day operation stress happening inside a school. We need to attend workshops focused on stress management, focused on mindfulness, how to manage stress, how to be a mindful person, how to include teaching practices and culture. Something popped كده. How to include different cultures with different learning styles to your class. مش عارفة في something popped كده on my screen. I don't know how to get it out. We need to attend online courses and webinars, where there are free webinars on Coursera, on Udemy about teacher well-being and mental health. On YouTube, there are YouTube series كده called called, let me get the name, blockers, yes, stress blockers for teachers, where it's a series of videos where videos are not that long. We need to have these things as a part of our daily or weekly routine. Then there are some guides or toolkits offered by very reputable associations, giving guidance for teachers in specific situations, with different situations, were written. Some videos are attached with them. Again, peer support networks, people. Teaching is all about people. You need to have a professional community, a community that has empathy or understanding to the stress you are dealing with on regular basis or on daily basis, because experience matters. When we share experience, we really collaborate to achieve better results. عايزه اقول لحضراتكم in one of the countries there is an organization called Schools Healing. Organization دي collect educators from different schools regularly for sessions. They do nothing except sharing experiences or talking together. They release and they get different options to their problems, where they share together what works out in different situations. Professional conferences should include زي كده ما EduVation عامل clear mental health awareness objectives year after year, experts في mental health. ضروري للteachers the same way they do with the football players, with the pilots, with the doctors, with any profession or with any business organization. They do have their mental health professionals that support the team. الريسيرش publications اللي معمولة عن المنتل health بتدي حقيقي very reliable tips for what's happening around in the market. And when you take the research results and try it, it really matters. يعني I've tried this myself. You will be very unique, and you will be always curious on what to implement and to what extent the results are the results of the research are working with your situation. Again, these are just some toolkits. It's your choice to take them or to leave them. It's your choice to be just a listener or be a real active release stress member in the community. As long as you are an educator, you are taking the responsibility of dealing with stress and getting the whole educational community a better one. As long as you are an educator, you do have a responsibility toward other educators as well. لان هم they will need to talk to حضرتك and they will need your experience, how you dealt with this or that. I'm done with the presentation and ready for any questions, discussion. It's all yours.
Thank you, Dr. Nehad, for that impressive
Hello?
presentation. Thank you for that presentation. And now I will open for them the discussion. And thanks for all the audience here. Your mics are open if there are any questions or comments.
Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Nehad. I'd like to say thank you for you because I'm very proud for what you have said. يعني عارفة let me say it in Arabic. يعني عارفة كانت الدنيا سودة قوي I came to the lecture at the beginning with a very big huge amount of bad feelings and black feelings, but by the end I turned to be as blue as the sky. I'm smiling right now. I feel that life is easy and I can overcome the pressure and the stress which I'm facing. Even if I can't overcome it, but at least you enlighten the road for us. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. Thank you. Let me tell حضرتك and you can always stand the stress and you can always deal with it. Educators are the most strong human beings on earth. لأنه ربنا اختارنا for this profession و definitely he's giving us the strength to handle and cope with it. It's about بس going and looking for the tools that support us.
Thank you, Dr. Nehad, for giving us leads and first letting us express our emotions, then setting us on the right path. And thank you also for emphasizing on the part where we owe it to each other to give our experiences, talk about it, which offers the greatest type of support. This was a really important point, and thank you for reminding us and setting us on the path. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. I wish that you leave this workshop with one target, either to join one of the Coursera or Udemy or YouTube videos, get a habit, check your network, reschedule your priorities in order to deal with it with less stress. Thank you. Questions?
Yes, I have a question. Actually, I'm asking about getting the PowerPoint or the presentation, the recording of the presentation. Can we have it? Because you mentioned a lot of stuffs which I couldn't jot it down. So I'm eager
Okay,
to search
sure.
for this.
حاضر. I'll arrange with Miss Mariam and send حضراتكم the presentation. Well, I can add to the presentation the names of the courses at Coursera, Udemy, and the YouTube series that tackle mainly teachers' mental health.
Yes, please, please. We are waiting.
Thank you so much for the beneficial presentation. However, I have a question that sometimes that we are so burdened with things that we don't even have time to deal with stress. We just have to forget all about it and just keep going so we can end with all this. So what's your advice for that?
Let me tell حضرتك Miss Marwa, and you won't be able to keep going that stressed. You will explode. You won't be able to meet the needs over the way. لأن أنت over the way حضرتك you're meeting the needs of the curriculum, you're meeting the needs of the administration, you're meeting the needs of the students, you're meeting the needs of the parents. You will explode. يعني somewhere كده you will have a conflict. But please, whenever you feel stressed out, stop on the spot. Check your feelings. How you feel. Give space to your feeling. السبيس دي by the way, it doesn't need ان انت تاخدي 5 days for this space. It could be an hour. It could be one night. It could be over the weekend. Just كده بس يعني give yourself a space to practice your feelings. We know quite well how to deal with this feeling. يعني خلاص أنا I'm down I know that I'm down because I'm not appreciated by my manager, because I am neglected by my manager. It's okay. It's neglecting me, but life goes on. I will deal with this. I will focus on my objective. I will not drain my energy on the neglection or on the unappreciation. I will do my work. يعني هو احنا حتى كده أمرنا بالسعي، بنسعى، النتيجة بإيد ربنا مش بإيدينا. بس when I sit كده و understand the reason why I feel this way و how I feel and then I'm down أو I'm angry أو whatever. If I'm angry I can go for some exercise هتريليس الهرمونز بتاعت الangriness دي. لكن if I'm down أنا I can tell myself إني I appreciate myself و I respect my work و I respect what I'm doing و I do know the value added of my work, I'll continue my way. It's all about him to appreciate or not to appreciate, to neglect or not to neglect. So I have an objective and I'm a focused person, and I will not leave unless I achieve my objective. Then you can keep going. But you have to say this message to yourself after dealing with it. I'm not telling you it's that easy, but it's worth it. It gets by practice. Wallahi, Miss Marwa, I spent some time at my office, overstressed. I just close the door and get out a piece of paper and write all what I feel. After writing it, خلاص دعاء وأنا I have an objective وأنا I will not allow it to overcome me, to lead me. I'm the leader of my life. To the page and go. You will be working harder and harder and harder when you deal with your own emotions.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Any other questions? I highly appreciate your time. Well, thank you for attending this workshop. I really love you all. My name is Nehad Leithy on LinkedIn. I'll be sending the presentation. I'd love that we can all gather on LinkedIn again and again. We meet, inshallah, in more and more rich educational workshops. I love you. Thank you for being here.
دكتور نهاد، بس انا ليا طلب صغنن خالص من حضرتك قبل ما نقفل.
عيوني يا فندم.
معلش انا اسفه، بس تشيك الماسنجر مش اكتر من كده. شكرا قوي ليك.
الماسنجر؟ which messenger؟ على الفيسبوك؟ خلاص اوكي. انا I'll write دلوقتي في المسجز. This is my name on Facebook and on the messenger. And on LinkedIn. I'd love to have.
Okay, just check it. شكرا.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Nehad, for
enjoy
that
the rest of the conference.
Thank you, Dr. Nehad, for that impressive presentation, and thanks for all audience.
You're welcome, حبيبتي. Thank you for help, for your support, and thank you for allowing us to get together for this very, very amazing time. Keep going, EduVation. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you. That's the end. Hello. The second session, it will be at 6:30.
EduHub Pro، الحل الذكي اللي من خلاله تقدر تتحكم وتتابع كل حاجة تخص تعليم أولادك. EduHub Pro هي نظام متكامل ومتخصص، الوسيلة اللي هتربط بينك وبين المؤسسة التعليمية كلها بكل مراحلها، وده لأننا بنكون معاك من أول التقديم في الحضانات لحد ما أولادك بيتخرجوا من الجامعة خطوة بخطوة. هتدفع المصاريف أو أي رسوم أونلاين على نفس التطبيق، هتتابع الجداول والمناهج، هتشوف جدول الامتحانات وممكن تمتحن أونلاين، وطبعا هتتابع النتائج. حتى أتوبيس المدرسة هتحجز وتدفع وتتابع الرحلة كمان. ده غير إنك هتعرف تتواصل مع المدرسين أو الإدارة بتشات مباشر على التطبيق. EduHub Pro، EduHub Pro الحل الذكي اللي من خلاله تقدر تتحكم وتتابع كل حاجة تخص تعليم أولادك. EduHub Pro هي نظام متكامل ومتخصص، الوسيلة اللي هتربط بينك وبين المؤسسة التعليمية كلها بكل مراحلها، وده لأننا بنكون معاك من أول التقديم في الحضانات لحد ما أولادك بيتخرجوا من الجامعة خطوة بخطوة. هتدفع المصاريف أو أي رسوم أونلاين على نفس التطبيق، هتتابع الجداول والمناهج، هتشوف جدول الامتحانات وممكن تمتحن أونلاين، وطبعا هتتابع النتائج. حتى أتوبيس المدرسة هتحجز وتدفع وتتابع الرحلة كمان. ده غير إنك هتعرف تتواصل مع المدرسين أو الإدارة بتشات مباشر على التطبيق. EduHub Pro، EduHub Pro الحل الذكي اللي من خلاله تقدر تتحكم وتتابع كل حاجة تخص تعليم أولادك. EduHub Pro هي نظام متكامل ومتخصص، الوسيلة اللي هتربط بينك وبين المؤسسة التعليمية كلها بكل مراحلها، وده لأننا بنكون معاك من أول التقديم في الحضانات لحد ما أولادك بيتخرجوا من الجامعة خطوة بخطوة. هتدفع المصاريف أو أي رسوم أونلاين على نفس التطبيق، هتتابع الجداول والمناهج، هتشوف جدول الامتحانات وممكن تمتحن أونلاين، وطبعا هتتابع النتائج. حتى أتوبيس المدرسة هتحجز وتدفع وتتابع الرحلة كمان. ده غير إنك هتعرف تتواصل مع المدرسين أو الإدارة بتشات مباشر على التطبيق. EduHub Pro، EduHub Pro الحل الذكي اللي من خلاله تقدر تتحكم وتتابع كل حاجة تخص تعليم أولادك. EduHub